Radio. Anytime, anywhere.
Edging on the track.
I'm the fuck up, yeah, I'm vibing. Yeah, I'm the fuck up, yeah, I'm vibing. Confidence, no wonder I'm shining. I'm the fuck up, yeah, I'm vibing. I'm blessed, not stressed. Got Christ, big flex. My team, up next. God works, I rest. My life, movie. Do my dance for the Lord, I'm groovy. My life, movie. Do my dance for the Lord, I'm groovy. She lit in real life. Loves God, that's my type. I praise, it's a vibe. When I praise, it's a vibe. Ay. God's great, that's no lie. Ay. Yeah. I'm the fuck up, yeah, I'm vibing. Yeah. I'm the fuck up, yeah, I'm vibing. Confidence, no wonder I'm shining. I'm the fuck up, yeah, I'm vibing. Yeah. I'm the fuck up, yeah, I'm vibing. I'm the fuck up, yeah, I'm vibing. Confidence, no wonder I'm shining. I'm the fuck up, yeah, I'm vibing. Yeah. You know, if God's been good to you, I'ma just need you to put your hands up. Just put your hands up and vibe with me. Yeah. Ain't no blessing missing. Ain't no blessing missing me. Ain't no blessing missing. Ain't no blessing missing me. Ain't no blessing God has said is meant for me is missing me. Ain't no blessing God has said is meant for me is missing me. Ay.
Our journeys through education take many routes from our early years to university. Academic Crossroads is here to explore key elements to help equip you along the way. So join us and our special guests as we also discuss the expected and unexpected paths, including all the challenges and triumphs while gathering your academic top tips.
This is Academic Crossroads with your host, Dr. Marpe Assembly.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Academic Crossroads live here on Fire Radio. We are very sorry about the delay. We had a few technical difficulties, but they should all be resolved now so we can sit back and enjoy the show. So today, our show, welcome everybody if you are tuned in. Welcome and good evening. Today we are focusing on finding them, becoming them, the power of role models. Now, due to time, we might have to carry this over and continue the conversation next week. But role models, role models. They are important for all of us. For the majority, even if you don't think you are one, the likelihood is that there is someone out there that is looking up to you, has seen the way that you do something, and they've said, wow. And they've been encouraged, they've been inspired. So role models, no matter your age, no matter your occupation, there is so much opportunity, and many of us are role models already. But there comes a time there comes a time for many of us where maybe we want to break into a particular area. We want to understand how something has been done, and so who better to go to than one of our role models? And hopefully that's someone that has done it before. But if you think about it, think about someone who has maybe shaped how you think, somebody who has inspired you. Maybe it might be in school, in work, and actually shaped the way you think, shaped the way you work, shaped maybe how you manage things, how you handle things. And now when you think about that person and think about what was influenced, was it a case of them just telling you about something, or was it a case of them actually showing you how it was done? And it may also be a mixture of both. But how many of us know that actually when you look back on things, a lot of the ways that we do things, a lot of the ways we think, a lot of the ways that we maybe work is because we saw how somebody did something. We saw their action. We saw, the way they carried themselves consistently. And so when we're thinking about role models, a lot of the time and most of the influence comes through observation. So it's a lot like children. You notice that when there are little children, it might be actually they start walking around like their parents, or it might even be that they sit like their parents. Some babies, if their parents will sit there cross-legged, then you'll often see the babies sitting there and they'll cross their legs, or they'll fold their arms, or maybe they might walk with their hands behind their back because that is what their parent does. And so we see from a very, very early age that actually we do a lot of what we are seeing. And so if you think about it from a student perspective, you have to think to yourself, okay, so who am I learning from? And if you're thinking about it from, if you're a professional, maybe you have to think, who am I learning from? But also, who is learning from me? And so there's then the question of, are you choosing your role models? Are you choosing your role models, and who is surrounding you and influencing you? Or is it just a matter of, it's sort of, you're just absorbing from whoever's there and whatever is going on around you? Or are you striving for those excellent role models within the things that you're involved in and that you're engaging in as well? And so we can all attest probably and know that there's that one person that has helped steer us. So if you are connected to the chat, good evening, Goodness, Nikki, Mama Val, Nigel, who have been some of your role models throughout your life, and what impact did they make, and what have they steered? What have they steered? Because I think role models, you might not have necessarily one role model across every area, right? It might be that actually some of in terms of when you think about school, if you've got your role model in school, it might be that one specific teacher that was really supportive, or it might be that teacher that never gave up on you, depending on your experience at school. Or it may be, that if you ever did sport when you were younger, you may have had that one coach at your sports club, and it may have actually been them who are your major role model. It may be parents, it may be aunties or uncles. And so we really have to think that actually role models and people are influencing us in every area and in every place that we find ourselves. So when we think about role models and why they're important, especially from when you're considering like during as a student now, or during the time that you were a student, you know, role models can help point you into the right direction, and they can really help give you that thought that things can be possible. You know, role models, they expand what feels possible, because maybe they've explored something, they've done the journey that you're on already, and so they know what it takes, and maybe they've worked with loads of students already, and so they know from a student perspective actually what things will help you get to where it's possible for you to go. And many teachers, you know, there's that saying that the teachers that teach best don't teach from a book, but actually because they've had that practical experience in the field, or they've had that practical experience with whatever it is they're teaching, and so they really understand. They're not just teaching like they're not just teaching textbook theories, but actually they know that maybe, yes, this is the theory, but in practice it looks like this. And so they can give you that upper hand, they can give you that first-hand insight into what it is that you're learning from the textbook, and they really have that understanding and can help direct you, but also give you that hope as well. And in terms of being the role model, so if you are if you are a professional, then actually you're really important, because people are observing you, yes, but also they're observing the way that you do things, the way you handle situations, the way you speak with people, the way you handle people, how you handle relationships, how you handle projects that you might be doing at work. And so all of these things that you're doing, you're shaping people's futures, even when you don't think that you're directly teaching them something. And so having role models and being role models is so pivotal and so beneficial along your journeys as a student, and beyond being a student, but actually in your career as well. You know, when often when we think about what it is that we're saying, actually 9 times out of 10 people will observe your behavior more than what you've just told them. And so it's important for us, for those of you that are a role model, for us to actually be consistent and be credible in what it is that we're doing. It's not just a case of saying, oh, I'm a role model, or I'm a mentor, or something like that. I have mentees, but actually it's about making sure that you're actually showing them those behaviors, and also the behaviors you're expecting of them, right? Because especially for those of you that are parents, it's like if you're there telling your child not to do something, but you're consistently doing it, which one do you think is going to influence and direct them more? You know, you just saying, oh, you shouldn't do that because of A, B, and C, or the fact that actually maybe it's like, let's just say it was like, oh, you shouldn't drink fizzy drinks, and you're telling them, don't drink fizzy drinks. Meanwhile, in your hand you've got the Fanta, and all they see you drink is Fanta, and all you give them is like water. And so throughout their life, they're just drinking water, but they're always seeing you with Fanta. Which one do you think is gonna influence them most? You just saying to them, oh yeah, don't drink this thing that I'm drinking. Or actually, maybe if you just drank the water with them and you say, oh yeah, we drink water because maybe it's healthier. And so then they then get the buy-in. They really realize that actually, yeah, what my parent is telling me, well, maybe what my mommy or my daddy is telling me is true, because actually they're doing it as well. And so actually doing the behaviors that you wish to see them do or expect of them as well is really important, because then that behavior is visible. They see it live. You know, they really understand how to navigate and how to maybe actually do that behavior in different circumstances. And they watch you navigate that. They see, you know, going back to the drinks, if maybe you're offered a fizzy drink and you're like, oh no, I'll just have water, please. Like you're giving them the opportunities to actually see that behavior live. And so when they're offered something but you'd rather maybe they had water, because they've seen you refuse the drink, then actually they then know how to refuse the drink. They can have the confidence and the boldness to do that. So making sure that our behavior is visible is really, really important. But when we think about it from the perspective of actually finding role models, where do you go to? If you want to find a mentor, where do you go? How do you go about it? And I think that when you think about it, sometimes there's a lot of people, and you'd think like, oh yeah, I'd really want this person to I don't know, mentor me, or to, you know, I really look up to this person and see them as a role model. I'd love to speak with them. We need to first of all think beyond the fame and think beyond the status, but we actually need to know that a role model can be in anyone. It could be your teacher, it could be a supervisor, it may actually be maybe a colleague, it may even be someone that actually is also in your year or just the year above you or something like that. And so if you're thinking about, okay, I would really like to find a mentor, then actually you really need to think about who do you already have access to, who can you gain access to, and how can you do that as well. And is the access to that person going to be able to be navigated well? So for someone maybe that has a really busy schedule, is it that actually you'd probably only have maybe like 2 touch points with them every year? You might only have two mentoring sessions with them every year. But maybe someone that is a bit closer, maybe either closer to home, or somebody that is still doing really well in the field, but maybe they're not the most, you know, famous person, or they don't have the most followers or something like that. You might actually be able to engage with them and gain more out of that than anyone else. So just making sure that, you know, you're thinking about the proximity to that person as well. And so you've said identify what you admire. So role models can come in many different shapes, forms, for many different things as well. And so when you're thinking about somebody that you would like to mentor you or something like that, you need to think, okay, what is it specifically? What is the thing that you would like them to help guide you in? For example, is it actually a specific subject? Is it a specific career? Is it maybe their discipline, their confidence? Like you need to think about things specifically as well, and actually know that, okay, it's something that you would be learning from them to then navigate within you, And not just that, okay, you'll just copy what they do, no, but actually within your purpose and within the destiny that you have, how can you learn from them and translate that across to what it is that you're doing as well. And so when you're thinking about the person and you're thinking about then coming on to thinking about who and the actual engagement you have with them, because I think sometimes a lot of students don't utilize access to mentors as effectively as they could. And part of it is just because it's new, it's a new step in the journey. But making sure that you're asking specific questions, making sure that when you go to speak to them, you know what it is you want to talk about, and you know the different areas, seeking advice from them, receiving feedback, and actually acting on the feedback as well, and making sure that the conversations that you're having with them are actually moving you forward as well. And it's not just sort of, I don't know, just an update on where you're at every time, but actually getting them to help you steer and navigate in the different areas of which and the reason why you would like them to be your mentor as well. And with that being said, it can be that you actually have one mentor and you think, okay, this is going to be my academic mentor. I want this person for all things academia. I want this person because they are going to help me navigate pursuing the career that I want. And then it may be actually, I have this person because I want them to help me with like my personal finance, for example, and to help me do that and move forward with that. And so when you're thinking about having a mentor, you need to be specific about, like I mentioned earlier, be specific about what it is you would like to engage with them regarding. Because sometimes if you just go to someone and say, oh, could you just be my mentor? It's like, okay, yeah, but what for? Like, what do you need help in? Where can I steer and help you navigate most? And part of that is also you being diligent in understanding what are their expertise. Sometimes it may just be like you feel like this person's accomplished, or this person has succeeded, or I don't know, done something great. But it's like, for you and what you're doing, what is that specific thing that they can help you with? And it may not be, likelihood is it's not everything all in one wrapped up. But actually, with their expertise and their experience, you have to be diligent in understanding what that is, where they've come from, what has their journey been, and how they've navigated through the area that you're looking to speak to them and delve into with them. And so actually, you doing the due diligence to understand that, so you can make the mentor-mentee relationship as effective as possible as well. And so we understand that mentors across the board are so important, and they come in many different spheres. And it's important to be specific. If you're looking for a mentor, be specific about what it is you want them for. Understand their journey and know what areas they might be able to help you navigate, and what can you learn from them. And then on the flip side of it, if you are somebody that is role modeling, or you've got people asking you to be your mentor, or it might even be that you're role modeling and you don't even know it. But one of the main things is about actually not just showing the highlights, not just speaking of the successes, not just speaking of the end points, but actually discussing the journey. People really want to understand how you got there. They want to understand every side of the story. Yes, the upsides. Yes, the things that were, victorious. Yes, the things that seem as though they were the triumphs, but actually there was so much learning to that, and the likelihood is that there were failures, what we would deem, I guess, failures along the way. There were times where things were challenging, times where maybe we tripped up, times where we had to rework and restart things. And so all of that learning has actually built you to where you are today. And so actually delving into that and understanding the journey, understanding the process is really helpful, especially to students, because in part it helps them understand, okay, maybe I can navigate around this, maybe I shouldn't do that, maybe, but then it also helps them understand your journey better, and it will help them to ask the right questions and be more specific in their approach too. And then also making sure that you're demonstrating realistic behaviors. I think this is something that I'm really learning at the moment in terms of like boundaries and rest, and it's not always about perfection but consistency. And so actually, what access can people have to you? If you're a mentor, realistically, within your schedule, when can you carve time out to speak to people, to look over someone's work, to look over CVs and things like that? And it's setting up those boundaries so that actually you can be excellent within what it is that you're doing, and so that you can then also make those relationships and things as effective as possible, and utilize your time well as well, because you might not be a mentor, that might not be your full-time job. The likelihood is it's not your full-time job. And so actually, if you can have those boundaries and set that time aside and make sure you're given realistic time frames and stuff like that, then actually it can be more beneficial. So I'm looking at the time, and today was very short and sweet. But for students, just be intentional about who you are learning from. And if you're a professional, be intentional about what you are showing those that are learning from you. So I have been your host, Dr. Leanne J, and this has been Academic Crossroads live here on Fire Radio. So thank you for joining me, and we will be back same time, same place here on Fire Radio.
You have been listening to Academic Crossroads. Join us same time next week for more academic top tips with your host, Dr. Leanne J. Adu-Boahene. On Fire Radio. Radio. Anytime, anywhere.